Hi Stampers, this is Kim with Great Inspirations. Thank you for joining me today for another one of my Stamp Happy Holidays videos. Today I have two cards to share, and each of these cards was created using the Kindest Gnomes bundle. And that bundle includes the Kindest Gnomes stamp set right here. Some cute little gnome images in their little mushroom house, and a few greetings, one of which Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I like this one, You Gnome Me So Well. There's also warm wishes, and your kindness does not go unnoticed. So there's the stamps that I used. And I also used the Gnomes dies. There's 16 dies. And with these dies, you can create a gnome where you have no stamping, or of course, you can use the open dies to cut out the images that from the stamp set. So there's a little story behind these two cards. This is the card I designed, and I really liked it, and I thought, okay, this is what I'm going to put on my video. And then I designed an inside panel. And I thought, oh, I like this even better. So that led to this card. And as you can see, I have the 'Tis the Season here in the front. But on this card, I put 'Tis the Season inside. Then Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, of course, is what I put on the inside of this card. Now these two greetings are not from the stamp set. The 'Tis the Season came from the Jingle, Jingle, Jingle stamp set, and it's 'Tis the Season to Be. Well, all I did was mask the to be so I could have 'Tis the Season. And then Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas came from the Framed and Festive stamp set. And this just became available on the 1st of November. It's part of the Fitted Florets collection. And this will be available through January 4th, or while supplies last. And you can get more information on my blog about the Fitted Florets collection and all the different pieces to it, and just how long each item will be available. So, let me tell you a little bit about these. Like I said, I really like this card. It's cute, but when I did this, no, I want that for my card front. And like I said, that led to this one. Now, I liked the white over here, just the plain nothingness, but you know, if you would like, you could put some gems or maybe a little ribbon or something there. But I just really liked the plainness of it all. And I liked the layers. And some of you may say, "Ooh, too many layers and it's more expensive to mail," and that is correct. It could possibly be. I don't think this one will be. I mean, just from feeling it, it feels like it would just go for the regular postage. However, a little trick you can do to kind of reduce the postage is to each layer just cut out something in the center of it. Whether it be you use the stitch rectangle dies or the deckled rectangles or just anything you want to punch out of it, use up the center of those layers, and then this piece is going to cover it. It'll all be covered up. Nobody will ever know. And that can kind of cut down on the weight of the card. So anyway, this card and how I made it and what I used, all that will be on my corresponding blog post for this video, and you will be able to reach that blog post in the link that will be in the description of this video. I thought we would just walk through this one a little bit. So this was in Poppy Parade, but I thought right now we'd do a real red one. I just like the red. I thought about doing one in a shade of green, but I just really liked the red. So I thought, well, we'll use the real red. And what you need, and I had to write some of these measurements down, but you're going to need the card base, of course. And it is 8.5 by 5.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. And then this is the 6 by 6 designer DSP or designer series paper, and it's the Brights. No, I'm sorry, it's the Regals. Reds used to be in the Bright, now Real Red is in the Regals. And this is the same pattern. I just used the plaid on one for this layer, and for this strip I just used the polka dots. And this is 4 by 5 1/4, and this is 1.5 by 5 1/4. But like I say, all these measurements and all the supplies will be on that blog post. So we have that. And then we have 2 pieces of basic white. And this one is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, while this one is 3 by 4 1/4. And this is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. So we're going to mat this on here. This is kind of how it all goes together. We'll need to stamp our greeting and the little gnome, and then I will tell you the colors I used for the little gnome. Like I said, here's the 'Tis the Season. And like I said, I just used some washi tape. You can use, I've used just plain old cellophane tape before, Scotch tape. And just taped right over it. And I've already stamped it inside here, but I will stamp it on here to show you how this works. I'm sure you all know. So we'll get the Real Red on here, and then we take off the tape. And when we stamp, all we get is 'Tis the Season. So that would be the inside of our card. And then what I did, I took the Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, inked it up. I think I need to do it this way a little. Positioned it where I wanted it. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And then we'll close the red up, and we'll get the tuxedo black and ink up the gnome. Then I just stamped him sort of in the corner. And then the next thing I did was I colored him in. And this one is the Poppy Parade, but here's the one I did, so you don't have to sit here and watch me color it. Here's the Real Red, and I used the Real Red Dark and Light. I used the shaded spruce green for his mittens, and I used the light smoky slate for the bottoms of his shoes. And I also just out the little black outlines on his beard, I just went along them with this light smoky slate, and then I took the color lifter and went over that. It just gives his beard a little dimension. And then for his face, I used one of the Natural Tones Stampin' Blends markers that came out earlier this year, and they are in the annual catalog. And actually I used the lightest one, and it's like, it has a number on it. It's 1,000, but it comes in a package. I think it's the lightest package. Anyway, because they come to a set. But I used that. But then for his face and his mouth. But then on his nose, I also went over that Stampin' Blends marker, the Natural Tones one, with a little bit of Flirty Flamingo Light, just to make his nose a little different from his face and his mouth. So that is what I did. And then all we have to do is put these layers together. So we'll get the adhesive. let's see here. There's that. And then we'll put it on the basic white. Like I say, if you want to cut some shapes out of these layers, just to make the card a little bit lighter, you can do that. And there's that one. Now we'll put this aside for now, and we'll take this, our Designer Series paper, and we'll get some adhesive on it and get it ready. Oops, don't know what I'm doing here. I think I'm peeling off my adhesive. There we go. Oops, let me make sure. Yes, I do have this correct. I don't have it upside down. There we go. And then this, we'll put some adhesive on this side. And I just kind of eyeball it, half an inch or so over. There's that. And then I had to decide, did I want to put this on dimensionals? Because, you know, I like to use dimensionals. Or did I not? And I decided not to. I just kind of liked it the way it was. Just line this up. And there you have it. It's pretty quick and easy. I think it's kind of cute. And, of course, the idea all came from this card. But like I said, all the supplies for both, well, actually for all three cards, and the measurements, all that kind of stuff will be on my coordinating blog post. Thank you so much for joining me today. And until next time, stamp happy.